Welcome to Africa Live. Thank you for taking time to speak to us. Let's talk about this in a little deeper. Huge support there for the military. Are Malians not worried about the impact the sanctions will have on them?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I would say they are worried. The concerns are there because when you sanction, of course, it means the country will lose access to certain goods and services. However, you have to understand that the current military government has a lot of supporters that believe in leadership, and to a large extent, both the leadership and protesters on the street did expect or anticipate these sanctions because there's a script ECOWAS usually follows in response, to coup. So while the support is there, knowing fully well that the trust of leadership to be able to navigate past these sanctions, I see that's why you see a lot of supporters, on the street. But going forward, I think the military government should focus on how to get around these sanctions, because when these sanctions begin to bite, we might begin to see some of those, support being lost to the economic, and social pressures that the sanctions can cause.
All right, with what you said, the people anticipated this, the military anticipated this. Now, the military leaders are promising to put all measures in place to ensure Malians do not suffer. With the Malian leaders seemingly unwilling to cooperate with ECOWAS, what happens next for the country and the regions? Ovigwe?
Well, I think you have to understand that the ECOWAS is a 15-member bloc, and not all 15, have come out in support of the border closure. So you will recall that in September last year, there was a coup in Guinea as well. So following the announcement that of fresh sanctions to close borders, stop financial transactions with Mali, Guinea did announce that they will not be in support. And Mali being a landlocked country, that is an ECOWAS sanction is essentially an economic blockade. So what you then have is one country, Guinea, that borders Mali directly, still retaining its border access, and border remains open with Mali. So that gives Mali some form of access to to the sea, because Mali does have Guinea does have sea access. So to a large extent, I think I foresee the military government capitalizing on this opportunity to further cooperate with Guinea and see that as a way to provide goods in particular that would prevent any form of social unrest in the country. However, how they will move forward is they are in some form of dilemma. The Malian government has to act, or at least to show that the sanctions are effective in order to make military intervention unnecessary. So I think for them to do that, they would then have to make some concessions, in terms of their negotiation with ECOWAS. But it remains to be seen if they'll be able to do that, because ECOWAS in this sense now doesn't have much to lose. So they will have to find a way to get ECOWAS around the table on ways to see where both sides can meet each other midpoints.